Hello, my name is Leon. Welcome to the reason of the Elder Scrolls. Today we're going to be reading The Mystery of Princess Talara, Part 5. The final chapter and solution. Oh, well, really. Pointing to the stands there. By Morrowind. Cool. Before we do start this one, in the last episode, or last episode, in the last book, last part, I guess, whatever. I think they were just about to arrest the king and queen, and they were going to go talk to Lady, whatever her name was. The princess. Okay. Julia, it's written right there. Lady Julia. Right. By what right? Wait. What's her voice? I don't know. By what right do you have to arrest my father? Cried the Lady Julia. What has he done? I arrest the king. I don't know what the voices are anymore. Whatever, I've been drinking. I arrest the King of Camelot and former King Duke of Orleans by my right as an Imperial commanding officer and ambassador, said Lord Stile. By the right of law of the Emperor of Tamriel, which supersedes all provincial royal authority. Joanna came forward and tried to put her hand on Julia's arm, but she was coldly rebuffed. Quietly, she sat down at the foot of the throne in the now empty audience chamber. Who's talking? This young lady came to me, having completely recovered her memory, but the story she told was beyond incredible. I simply couldn't believe it, said Lord Stile. But she is so convinced of it, I had to investigate. So I talked to everyone who was here. Who was here? Yeah. The past 20 years ago to see if there could be any truth to it. Of course, at the time of the king and queen's murder and the princess's disappearance, there was a full inquiry made. But I had different questions to ask this time. Questions about the relationship between the two cousins, Lady Julia Reyes and the princess. I've told everything over and over again. I don't remember anything about all that time of my life, said Julia, tears welling up. I know you don't. There has never been a question in my mind that you witnessed a horrible murder, and that your memory lapse. And that your memory lapse and hers. Oh, okay, right, we're not finished. Alright, this is kind of weird. Don't do that in mid-sentence, please, said Lord Shroud, gesturing towards Joanna. Are both very real. The story I heard from the servants and other people at the palace was that the little girls were inseparably close. There were no other playmates. And as the princess's palace was to be close, the princess's place was to be close to her parents, so the little Julia was always there as well. When the assassin came to murder the royal family, the king and queen were in their bedroom, and the girls were playing in the throne room. I'll be right back. Hold on. No, I hope so. I don't have my second screen right now, which is making me very nervous. So I can't actually see the recording software. But I'm assuming I'm recording. Who's talking? Shit, I forgot her voice. When the memory... Wait, no. Ow! It's like, that's good enough. When the memory came... That's not... God damn it. Whatever, just go. When the memory came back to me, it was like opening a sealed box, said Joanna summerly. Everything was so clear in detail, like it was all happening yesterday, not 20 years ago. I was on the throne, playing Empress, and you were hiding behind the dais, pretending you were in a dungeon I had sent you to. That's fun game. One versus the Emperor, and the other one's like a prisoner. Kind of dark. A man I had never seen burst into the room from the royal bedchamber, his blade soaked in blood. He came at me, and I ran for my life. His voice. I remember starting to run for the dais, but I saw your face frozen in fear, and I didn't want to lead him to you, so I ran from the window. Who's talking? Still her. Okay. I really hate how, yeah, a lot of... Why do they do that? They do it in this paragraph, or they do it in the next paragraph, where they start the paragraph with a quotation mark, because she's talking, but then they don't end the fucking paragraph with a quotation mark. What is this weird backwards, what's the word? Punctuation? Punctuation, that's the word I was looking for. Anyway. We had climbed on the outside of the castle before, just for fun. That was one of the first memories that came back to me when I was holding on to that cliff. You and I on the castle wall and the king calling up to me, telling me how to get down. But that day I couldn't hold on. I was trembling so much. I just fell and landed in the river. I don't know if it was entirely the whole of what I had seen or that, combined with the impact of the fall, the coldness of the water, but everything just went blank in my mind. What is this voice? Shut up, don't worry about it. Stop saying that too. God damn it. Just accept the fact that my voice will just wander into other characters. When I finally pulled myself out of the water, many miles away, I had no idea who I was, and so it stayed. So it stayed. China smiled. Until now. So you are the Princess Talara, cried Julia. Who's talking? Okay. Let me explain further before she answers that. Because the simple answer would just confuse you, as it did me, said Lord Strow. The assassin was caught before he managed to escape the palace. The truth, he had to know he was going to get caught. He confessed immediately to the murders of the royal family. The princess, he said, he had thrown out the window to her death. The servant down below heard the scream. I saw something fly past his window, so he knew it to be true. It was not for several hours that little Lady Julia was found by her nursemaid, Rapk, hiding behind the dais, coated with dust, shivering in fear and unable to speak at all. Rapk was very protective of you, Stryle said, nodding to Julia. She insisted on putting you to your room right away. Sent word of the Duke. Sent word. God damn it. It sent word the Duke of Orleans. Sent word to the Duke of Orleans. Thank you. That the royal family was dead, and that his daughter had witnessed the murders but survived. I'm beginning to remember a little of that, said Julia, wonderingly. I remember lying in bed, with Ram comforting me. I was so muddled, and I couldn't concentrate. I remember I just wanted it all to be playtime still. I don't know why. And then I remember being bundled up and taken to the asylum. I'll come back to you soon. Joanna smiled. I promise. That's how I began to remember. I just caught one little detail. The whole flood began. But that's it. Julia began to sob in frustration. I don't remember anything else except confusion. No. I also remember Daddy not even looking at me as I was taken away. And I remember not caring about that or anything else. It was a confusing time for all, so particularly so for little girls. A weird thing to say. Especially little girls who went through what you two did, said Lord Strauss sympathetically. From what I understand, as soon as he received the message from Remk, the Duke left his palace in Orleans and gave orders for you to be sent to a private sanitarium until you recover from your ordeal, and sent to work with his private guard, torturing the assassin for information. When I heard that no one but the Duke and his personal guard saw the assassin after he gave his initial confession, and that no one was present but the Duke and his guards when the assassin was killed, trying to escape. I thought that very significant. Who's talking? That would be him, sir. Oh, okay. I spoke with Lord Arrow, who I knew was one of those present. And I had to bluff him. Bluff him? Bluff him. Bluff him, alright. Pretending I had more evidence than I did. I got that reaction. Ariel knew everything. I see, so he was trying to trick him. Like, oh, I know something. Lord Arrow's like, oh, I gotta stop you because you know something. And then I'm like, haha, I didn't know anything. What do you know, bitch? Nothing? Oh, no, you don't. Come here, give me those teeth. Anyway, sorry. I hope I am muting myself every time I blow my nose like that. Hate for that to be recorded. Where was I? I had to bluff him. But I had more evidence than I did. I got the reaction I was hoping for, though it was a dangerous gambit. At least he confessed to what I already knew to be true. Have any more Coke? No, I have to pour myself another glass. The assassin! Lord Stroud paused and reluctantly met Julia's eyes. Oh god, it's Julia? Shut up. Shut up, it was Julia. Wait, no, hang on. Calm down, calm down. Don't get ahead and look at the right page. Don't do that. Come on, keep reading. Had been hired by the Duke of Orleans to kill the royal family, including the princess, as heir. You don't pronounce the H. I know. I know how to speak. Shut up. So that the crown might be passed to him and his children. Julia stared at Lord Stroud, aghast. My father! The assassin had been told that once the Duke had him in custody, he would be paid and a prison break would be arranged. The thug picked the wrong time to be greedy and try to get more gold. The Duke decided that it would be cheaper to silence him. So he murdered him. And then, then and there. So the man would never tell anyone what really happened. Lord Stroud shrugged. No tragic loss as far as murderers go. In a few years' time, you returned from the sanitarium, a little shaken, but back to normal, except for a complete absence of memory about your childhood. And in that time, the former Duke of Orleans had taken his brother's place as the King of Camelot. It was no small maneuver. No, said Julia quietly. He must have been very busy. He remarried and had another child. No one ever came to visit me in the sanitarium but Remke. If he had visited you, said Joanna, the story might have turned out very differently. What do you mean? Asked Julia. This is the most amazing part, said Lord Stroud. The question has long been whether Joanna is the Princess Talara. When her memory returned, and she told me what she remembered, I put several pieces of evidence together. Consider these facts. The two of you look remarkably alike now, after 20 years of living very different lives, and as little girls and constant playmates, you looked nearly identical. At the time of the assassination, the murderer, who had been there before, only saw one girl on the throne, who he assumed to be his quarry. The woman who found Lady Julia was her nursemaid Remke, a creature of unstable mind and fanatical devotion to her charge. The type who would never accept the possibility that a beloved little girl had been the one who disappeared. The nursemaid... Oh my god! Julia's the fucking Princess Talara! Alright. We had to spoil the ending, but whatever, we're on the last page anyway. Anyway, the nursemaid knew the only single person... Wait, the nursemaid was the only single person who knew both Princess Talara and the Lady Julia who visited you while you were in the sanitarium. Finally, said Lord Stroud, consider the fact that when you returned to court from the sanitarium, 5 years had passed, and you had grown from a child to a young lady. You looked familiar, but not quite the same as your family remembered you, which is only natural. I don't understand, cried the poor girl, her eyes wide because she did understand. Her memory was falling together like a terrible flood. Well, let me explain it like this, said her cousin, wrapping her up in her arms. I know who I am now. My real name is Julia Reyes. That man who arrested was my father. The man who murdered the king, your father. You are the Princess Talara. Wait, so that means, does that mean the king? Does the king have a name? Does that mean Julia's father didn't know that Princess Talara was Princess Talara? I guess? He thought that it was his daughter, but that no one quite figured it out? Huh. And Ramk's just, like, what was it? The types never accept the possibility of okay. So she just said, okay, well, this one's clearly your one. Alright. Well, that was The Mystery of Princess Talara, Part 5, the final chapter, and solution by Mira Lisk. This has been another reading of the Elder Scrolls, but for now, my name is Leo, and I will see you next time.